From WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University, this is Sessions from Studio A. On this hour's show, a band from a small town with a very big sound. Mirabilia from Morrison, Illinois, joins us again in Studio A. We first heard them back in 2021 when the band played their first ever show outside of the practice space here with us. You wouldn't have known it was their first, though. They're natural performers and bring some great energy. We'll hear brand new songs from Mirabilia and catch up with the band this hour on Sessions from Studio A. It's coming up right after these headlines from NPR. Welcome to Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt, and we have Mirabilia from Morrison, Illinois, joining us once again in the studio. They've got lots of new music to share with us on the show this hour, and later on we'll also talk with the band about some of those new songs and about a recent lineup change they've had. They also brought their traveling light show along with them into the studio, so we've got some really cool behind-the-scenes video to go along with the episode over on WNIJ.org. Let's kick things off with one of those new songs. Matter of fact, this one is titled A Song, and it's a little autobiographical. It's Mirabilia on Sessions from Studio A.
can't believe what's going CCR for my newly banged up brain, 'cause I messed the words up. To have you ever seen the rain come down on a sunny day, and I caught my folks' dad's on his way, but my then girlfriend, who my dad hadn't met, came to help me sort through this whole mess. But isn't it wrong that it was that summer that everything's gone away? But isn't it right that it was a bummer that everyone stays the same?
This is Sessions from Studio A, and you just heard Mirabilia back for round 3 in Studio A. Thanks so much for coming back. Once again, guys, good to yes, soft clap for that.
Thanks for having us.
Soft clap for that. Good to have you back. A lot has changed for you guys since we have last seen you. Actually, every time we've seen you guys, it's been a little bit different.
Yeah, Clay gets taller like every couple months, I'd say.
But not as tall as Mike.
And he never will be.
So tell us what's new in the world of Mirabilia since we last saw you.
Mike.
Yes, Mike
Hi.
on drums here.
Hello.
And, we're a trio now. We're doing a lot of fun things, I think.
Playing out a lot more.
Yeah, especially compared to the first time we were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were more in the songwriting mode,
Yeah,
studio
our
mode.
first show ever was here.
That's right.
That was our first ever performance.
You had a tiger suit on.
I did,
and,
yeah. Well, tiger tracksuit.
Tiger
Mike, don't get
tracksuit.
excited.
So you guys have lost a couple members and gained Mike here on the drums. Mike, talk about how these guys recruited you into Mirabilia here.
Why are we so hard to work with?
Well, that's me.
Being in a smaller area, we've always kind of known about each other, and the stars just kind of aligned really. And I got a message from Clay one day, like, hey, you want to, come audition, maybe learn a few songs and see how you fit in. And
Then he showed up knowing how to play all of the songs.
Oh, there you go. That's a good sign.
That was a huge benefit he had.
So you had heard these guys and kind of knew them a little bit before?
Yeah, a little bit. And I of course had to, I had to do a little studying, if you will, before I formally joined.
You came prepared, though,
I did
it
come
sounds like.
prepared, though.
Yeah.
I had asked for, I think, a couple weeks, and
Yeah.
Said
Give me a week or two to learn them all.
it's like, I'll just know all your songs, and then we'll be okay.
I think, didn't you even come by without
I did.
practicing
Just
once,
to
just
kind
to
of
meet?
me because we had
Yep.
never met before.
Precisely. And, the vibe check
Yeah.
passed.
Make
you
sure
know, right away.
personalities,
Absolutely. And yeah, it was great really to just come in and sit down and, feel like I just kind of had always been a part of the band. And that's nice to be able to contribute, consistency, I guess, ultimately.
Andy learned all the songs.
Yeah.
I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, tip if someone asks you to audition and they have like their catalog up on, any kind of media, just learn it and they will just be so
You're in.
appreciative.
So you've got a new member. You mentioned you guys have been playing out a little bit more these days, and you've got a lot of new songs too. We heard
Yeah,
today.
all
I
of them
think
today were
unreleased new songs today. Fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about the set list, some of these new songs.
Let's do that.
Because the first song was called A Song.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that one.
So that actually is, I don't know. I feel like we tell this story quite a bit because before a car drove through Clay's shed that we practiced in,
What?
we weren't there.
I used to practice in my house. Somebody drove a car through that building.
Oh my goodness.
Ruined it.
It's still ruined.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anybody with a decent quote on shed repair?
Just message
But
the Facebook.
so
whatever.
we were goofing around. I think we were running through a set for another show, and Clay started noodling around with that bass line, and I was like, playing along with what Clay was doing, and Mike was outside talking to Colin's dad, and I said, Mike, get in here. I think we're on to something. And he comes running in, and within like that following 30 minutes, I'd say, the entire song was completed.
It was like, I think that could be a song.
Yeah, and
Let's
so
just call it that.
we went with a song, but it's
Perfect.
about a true story. A lot of the stuff that we're writing now has been kind of autobiographical, and that story in particular is about a time when I was 16 and I went to a friend's house, and then a bunch of other kids started showing up, and some of them kicked out some windows, and the neighbor called the cops, and we all took off running. And as I was running, I was like, oh, wait, I didn't do anything. So I stopped and I walked back, and I was like, don't hit me or anything. I just realized I didn't need to run. And I came and sat down, and I ended up getting a year of court supervision because I was out past curfew.
Oh my gosh. Gotcha.
Oh, Johnny Law.
You're hearing my talk with members of Mirabilia on Sessions from Studio A. The band is Evan Atherton playing guitar and singing lead vocals, Clay Sibley on bass and backing vocals, and Michael Stancifer on drums. Let's get back into the session with another new one from them. This one's titled The Company. It's Mirabilia, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
She said you're not getting into heaven.
Mirabilia, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A. Stick around, we'll be back after a very short break with more from their live performance and more from my interview with the band. You can check out behind-the-scenes video from the performance over on WNIJ.org along with this full episode. And you can find more from Mirabilia at Mirabilia Band on Instagram and Facebook. Stick around, we'll be right back with more on Sessions from Studio A. Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A with Mirabilia. We've been hearing the band recorded live this hour in WNIJ's Studio A and talking with band members. You can find their music on all streaming platforms. Their debut album is out everywhere. That's titled Everyone I've Ever Been. And they've also got a live album that they put together from recordings from our last session right here in Studio A. That's very cool. You can check that out also on streaming services. We're hearing lots of new songs this hour from the band, though, and let's get right back into things with another new one. This one's titled Worst One Since '93. It's Mirabilia, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
There's always someone who's wasting their time. coming to milk. This tastes like grandma. Now I'm in danger, cause the leprechaun tells me to run. She said she prefers the company of men. Well, who does, and 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 who does. You have a cardiac episode. Episode ever. I've never been a praying man, but if you're up there, save me, Superman. Clowns will eat me. Can't sleep, clowns will eat me. And I didn't know it was possible, but this boat sucks and blows. Practice ball, practice ball, practice real, 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 real. Practice ball, practice ball, practice real, 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 real. A cardiac episode.
Mirabilia on Sessions from Studio A. Once again, you can find the band's music on all the usual streaming platforms, and more info from them over on their Instagram and Facebook page at Mirabilia Band. You can also check out more of their music over on Bandcamp, where you can also download albums and singles. We'll be right back after the short break with more from their live performance and more from my talk with band members. It's Mirabilia this hour on Sessions from Studio A. Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A with our special guest Mirabilia from Morrison, Illinois. Let's get right back into the music with another new one from them. This one's titled One and the Same. It's Mirabilia recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
She's got luck. She's got lost. She don't know what else she's got. She's got faith. She's got doubt. She don't know what it's about. But outside a window, there's a cold wind blowing. himself hard to find. He's found love. He's met pain. He says they're one and the same. He's outside a window. He's a cold wind blowing. He's watching his widow as she cries alone. She cries alone. She cries alone.
So you talked a little bit about writing that song in the in the shed, was it?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the writing process you guys have as a band and now as a trio. What's the writing process kind of look like?
I think it's always kind of been like I come up mostly lyrics, but I have to have like a melody to create lyrics too. So I'll just noodle around with something. A lot of times lately, like in the last year, it has been we come up with different instrumental pieces as a band, just kind of messing around with stuff. And then I'll go home and write lyrics to it and kind of fill out the song. And then I bring it back, and Mike and Clay
Tear
kinda,
it apart.
No, yeah. Well, in it, like not in like a bad way, in a good way, like pick it apart and take it to a whole new place.
Kind of puzzle piece the whole thing
Yeah.
together at this point.
I've always said, and I think I might have said it before, is that it's like I'm drawing the picture and they're coloring it in.
I like that. One thing I don't think we talked about the last time you were here too that I wanted to ask about was the vocal harmonies between you two, Evan and Clay. Really strong vocal harmonies together. Is that something you guys have worked on a lot, I just imagine, over the years playing together, or is that something that came easier to you? Talk a little bit about those vocal harmonies you do.
Well, I don't think we've worked on it as much as we've talked about working on it.
Yeah, we haven't
Other than
directly. We've made plans. We've had concepts of a plan to work on.
we practice often enough that it I feel like it
We
blends
figure it
well
out,
and
yeah.
it works well together. But as far as sit down and just practice that, no, there again, concepts of a plan to do that, but it just hasn't happened. I don't know when it will.
I think even back in the day, we would go after practice. We'd go into your house,
yeah,
with an acoustic or just smaller amps and sit around the table
and drink.
and drink. We would forget to work on anything because, that's what we did.
Yeah, practice was over at that point. I mean,
So people need to check out the video for this session too on YouTube and on WNIJ.org because you guys brought out the lights again. We've got a full production here with some cool lights in Studio A, even a little underwater visuals going on with the projector. And you guys did something fun here with your shirts you're wearing in the set. You had some costume changes. Tell us a little bit about the different shirts you're wearing too.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're not much for gimmicks. We tried to come up with a few. Actually, this episode we were gonna dress as 1930s noir film detectives and have the whole thing done in black and white. The guys from Super Brick were going to come be robbers. And,
Whole thing.
we didn't do it.
Whole thing.
We just didn't. But the thing that we've been doing at shows lately is wearing shirts of our friends' bands. So we decided to go through the shirts that we have of the bands of our friends.
And we just couldn't decide, so we brought all of them. And
Wore a couple different shirts. I love it. We had a couple that I recognized from sessions here. Super Brick from Rockford. So you got the Houseflies here and Driftless Witches, it looks like. Shout outs.
Yeah, get them in here.
Yeah.
Both them.
yeah,
That'd be
they're great.
killer sets.
Speaking of the live video, too, you brought these signs with you that say Justice for Jackson. And I didn't even know about this story until you were telling me a little bit about it before. But do you want to talk a little bit about the meaning behind these signs you brought with you, too?
I would love to get into that. And I'll try to keep it as quick as possible. Forewarning, everything at this point would be speculation. But since there's been no progress, no updates, all we have to go on is speculation. So what I am telling you is what I know as speculation. Jackson Cradle was a freshly 18-year-old boy from Mount Carroll, a good friend of my son, actually a cousin of mine. He was hit and killed in Mount Carroll by a drunk driver who, again, speculation, but is a person of interest, a off-duty sheriff's deputy, and a dispatch in the car with him. And someone had then been called to help them move the body off the road and carry on. And there was footage, I think, leading to their interest of this officer washing his vehicle at 4 o'clock in the morning after that, which is pretty suspicious. The person called to help, according to speculation, is a town cop. State police took over the investigation pretty quickly and have since provided zero updates. There's been nothing really relayed to the family. So the Justice for Jackson, we're all just trying to bring attention to the injustice that's taking place and the lack of communication. There was never, you get police reports in the paper every week. Nothing.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes,
and
thank you for the
shedding some light
platform.
on it, and I'm really sorry about your cousin.
She's got lost.
We're talking with Mirabilia on Sessions from Studio A this hour, and we should mention that since we recorded this interview, there has been a press release from the Carroll County Sheriff's Office about this, and you can read that on the Carroll County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. Before we close things out this week with one more song from Mirabilia's live performance, I asked the band to tell us a little bit more about what's coming up next for them.
That's the plan, is to focus on recording. We're going to kind of lay low for the winter. We did that last year too, and try to hammer out these recordings as best as possible and get things out there. And
So can we say like early next year maybe there will be a
That's
new
the hope.
Mirabilia?
one could hope.
And where's the best place to follow you guys, to keep up with you for more?
Facebook and Instagram are the most active. We do have a TikTok, an X or Twitter or whatever it is, and a Threads, which still exists. But I don't even know how to get to those anymore. And you know what? If anyone listening has a knack for like doing stuff, social media, PR, whatever, please.
We don't.
Yeah, we help. We will beg and potentially pay.
There you go. That's not true though. Your Instagram's pretty great. You guys have been updating that pretty regularly. It looks like.
Thanks.
People can check that out. You're also on YouTube too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, we have
That was a
videos
thing.
on there.
Spotify, all the streamies, you know.
Yeah.
Yep. The music video for Tough Talk on there.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song. That's
gotta
your
get
that's
caught
your
up on
pop
some videos,
your pop
yeah.
masterpiece. Tough Talk there. Love that video. Yeah, people can check out more on there too. Instagram. You're on all the streaming services.
Yep.
Well, Mirabilia, thank you so much for coming back once again with all these new songs. Fantastic set. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, man.
I'm trying to breathe, but I keep forgetting oxygen. I'd kill for some peace, but it's moved so long as you're with him. Crowded rooms don't feel so bad. Crowded rooms don't feel so bad. Without you. Can't remember anything, but I was trying to forget you anyway. And all this time I've been saying that it's you that makes me feel this way. Crowded rooms don't feel so bad. Crowded rooms don't feel so bad.
Mirabilia on Sessions from Studio A, closing out their performance on this week's show with that new song, Crowded Rooms. Actually, every song we heard tonight was brand new and unreleased from the band. You can find more music from them, though, that is out there on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, over on their Bandcamp page, where you can also download their debut album, Everyone I've Ever Been, and some singles up there as well. Thanks so much to Mirabilia for joining us once again for another performance, and to you for listening in this hour. You can check out behind-the-scenes video from the performance on WNIJ.org, along with this full episode of Sessions from Studio A and many others. If you are interested in being featured on our show, send us in a submission with some of your original music to sessions@niu.edu. We'd love to hear from you over there. Sessions from Studio A is produced at WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University. Producers are Sam Knofsker, Mike Lundgren, and yours truly. I'm Spencer Tritt, and thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time on another edition of Sessions from Studio A.